In this video, let's talk about your customer target market.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
Because most of the time, first-time entrepreneurs, they say, well, of course, all people are in my target market, or it's all men, or it's all women. And you actually want to dig a lot deeper because you want to find the exact group to whom it's easiest to sell and who would like your product the most. So while you'd welcome everybody, of course, everybody can be your client, only some people are readiest to buy, would be most happy with your product or service. So let's go over an example to illustrate this. Let's say you have a marketing agency or you're a marketing freelancer, because that's a very common type of business today. Well, of course, you want to take any company as a client, but certain companies can afford certain price ranges. Some pay lower fees, some pay higher fees for higher level service. Some companies only need a certain number of services that you might or might not offer. Some companies are too big, some companies are too small. Some companies just might be out of your expertise. For example, marketing for a dentist will be very different than marketing for a mobile app. And you might specialize in one over the other. So the one who you specialize in will be more likely to hire you. So yes, there's an entire market. All companies need some sort of marketing help, but you can only realistically help a certain subset, and that subset is what you're after identifying, because it's going to be easier to sell to them. Now let's go over an example with shoes. Let's say you have a sneaker or you have a slipper, it doesn't matter what it is. Everybody can wear that, and at some point everybody has worn a sneaker, just about 99% of the people. Well, yeah, but then only some people like the kind of style you make. And some sneakers are for certain kinds of activities. Some are for like casual, some are for sport, some are for other activities. So different people that have different activity levels wear different sneakers. Of course, there are styles, and of course, by whom. So teenagers have different styles and different activities than slightly older people, and of course, very different than senior people. So you need to know who exactly it's for. Even within teenagers, if you think, oh, I'm safe, I said teenagers. And even within teenagers, there's a million subgroups and there's a million styles, and you've got to dig way, way deeper. And to dig way, way deeper, we have some tools. So there's these things, psychographics and demographics. First, let's go over demographics. Demographics are things that can be distinctly measured about potential customers. These are education level. Okay, what kind of degree do they have? That's a fact. Income level, that's a fact. Do they own a home? Do they own a car? Do they have a family? Are they men or women? Do they have children? Are their parents living with them or nearby or still alive or not? All of those things influence behavior and buying decisions. Also, of course, employment level. If they have extra income, they can spend more. If they don't, they might not spend. Then there's even like personal attributes, their height, weight, and even although it's like not great to talk about these things like race or religion, in marketing, you do have to take that into account quite a bit, because you really have to know your customer. So those are things that can be distinctly measured, and they're typically factual. Now there's a whole other set of things that is not at all factual, but it's equally or more important, and that's psychographics, things that cannot be measured but are still very important to that individual. What do they prefer? What do they fear? What are they passionate about? What are their interests? Are they frustrated with anything that they're currently using? Like if they have a solution now, like if they have a shoe now or a marketing agency they're hiring now and they don't like it, we can't factually measure that necessarily, but it's a factor that motivates buying or not. Of course, their hopes and dreams and their willingness to pay for comfort, meaning they'd outsource their work to a marketing agency, or do they prefer DIY? And of course, if they like comfort, they'd maybe buy a nicer sneaker. So all of this applies. And of course, their past experiences matter. Imagine if they're a company shopping for a marketing agency. Have they been burned before by marketing agencies who said they're good but weren't good? There are so many of those. Or are they a first-time buyer and they may be less knowledgeable, a little bit more naive? Or are they an advanced level buyer, like maybe they're in business for a long time, they know exactly what they're hiring for, and they can tell right away if you can help them or not. These are, of course, extremely different customers, and for all of them, the demographics and psychographics will be very different. So your job is to create a couple of what's called avatars, like profiles of potential customers, and give them likely demographics and psychographics and see which ones is your service or product best for, and that will inform who you're going to approach to gather feedback on your business idea, and certainly who you're going to approach when you're in your sales process, and certainly also who are you going to have in mind when you create your product or service or cater it or create all your sales and marketing materials. So all of these things, if you get your customer right, then of course everything else gets shaped around it. So it's actually really important, and I recommend that you think about this a lot.